Waterboro Planning Board meeting. It's May 3rd, 7 p.m. We're going to go right to new business. This will be a public hearing for a place called Village Plaza. It's going to be on Main Street between Family Dollar and the Country Store. We just did a site walk out.
Mr. Chair?
There is a quorum.
Yep.
Let's see, we just did a site walk out there, and there's plenty of room to do this project. It's going to be 3 phases, 3 different buildings. The plan is a bunch of small stores.
Public hearing?
That's what we're doing now.
Oh, okay, I thought you said.
Did I mention that this is a public hearing? All right. Yeah, I probably didn't say it. He does meet all the criteria with things like the septic. He's going to come in under code enforcement. We've met with Public Works Director. The water will come in through the Water District. And at this time, does the board have any questions?
Yes.
The board's not supposed to have questions at a public hearing, are they?
Right. I'm sorry, what was that?
We should
This
be-
is a public
all
hearing
right.
for the public, and if there's nobody
Correct.
from the public, then you close the
Public hearing,
public
correct.
hearing and open the board meeting.
Thank you. Is there anybody from the public that would like to speak? Say hello. All right.
She must be the one that writes all your things.
See, that's why
It's a
Judy's
woman's
here.
handwriting.
All right, seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. So now, where is this?
May I make a comment?
Absolutely.
No more.
We're going to open the planning board meeting at, okay, we closed the public hearing at 7:03, and we're going to open the planning board meeting at 7:03.
Okay,
Go.
you have given us a very nice drawing. And I would like to know if this is what is going to be built, or is this just a concept?
Well, I'll say it's a concept because we haven't, we're actually pricing this out. We've priced out an actual lesser building that we looked at first, but this is, I won't say guaranteed, but this is the way we're looking to go.
This is my opinion, if we okay this project tonight, we are okaying what you are giving us. We've been stung before
Right.
with something that was a concept and came in totally different.
Right.
So, this is where I'm coming from.
This is the look of the building, this is the building we want to build,
And
yes,
it
but we
looks-
don't have, scale building plans, we don't have the blueprints on the buildings yet, so that's the only thing we don't really
All
tie
right,
to
I
that.
have a specific question then. It looks like it might be brick. No?
No, it looks like fascia to me.
Looks like
Pardon?
plywood.
That's the windows,
Yeah, these are.
that's the windows you're seeing.
Wow.
Here would be the windows.
I know those are windows.
So this stuff here.
Yes.
Looks like
I think that's
clapboards
just
to me.
fascia.
Siding.
Right, that's what it is, yes.
All right, and actually, I really like this plan. If you stick with the vestibules, with the muntins, that's really pleasing. And I know that we only have guidelines for that.
Right.
But you're going to be one of the first businesses when you come into Waterboro, and it's going to be really nice.
And that's our intention as well. Dave's, that's his specialty, and we went back and forth on this, and in the last one, this is what he submitted to me.
Yes.
He goes, I just
Yeah.
spent more of our money, but we want to knock it out of the park.
And you're
as well.
actually doing the design standards with the articulated entrances
Exactly,
and...
and that's why we made the
Yes.
changes we did, because we did
Yeah.
present a couple, I'm sure Tammy can tell you, we threw a couple things around, and then we actually talked with Tammy and Glenn and said, how
Yeah.
does this look? Give your comments, and this is how we ended up at this. This is what we want to do, so.
If it's something that doesn't change drastically, and of course drastically is very subjective,
Well, we
Well, I
can,
think the footprint may end up changing a little bit.
That's-
depending- Yeah, that's,
But that's the code
Right,
officer,
right.
and that's fine.
Well,
We're
and we're
concerned-
doing like a tenant fit as well too, so that's why, but we still, Dave actually put a lot of time into trying to figure out, so everything is consistent, so even if
Yes.
a tenant takes 2 units per se, it still will have the same look. so.
Right, right. But I like the projection. And-
We do too, we want, you know, and for us too, we wanna sell this, so we want it to, even if someone's located somewhere else, they say, listen, this is where I
Yeah.
wanna be, so that's what we're
Okay.
looking to do too.
David,
May I ask a follow-up question more to the board and Lee regarding the procedure for adjustments in the plan? So we have a concept, it's grand, hard to argue with, but we also know that it can evolve in ways that are not defined right now. We hope that they evolve within a fairly narrow range of change, but it could change more. What is the necessary come back to the board to review change?
we can put a conditional use on, yes, if we voted through, we can put a conditional use on when you finally decide what's really gonna happen out there, you bring it back to the board, and we'll make a decision if we feel it meets the design standards or not. Because we do understand that things are gonna change some. They can't change a lot.
Right.
so if I may, Mr.
Lee J.
Chairman, the way, these are standards, they are in the ordinance, they're not
Right.
guidelines. So it does say the applicant shall, not may or can if they choose to. So I think the important thing here is what you'd want to do, and I did not put it in here in my memo, would be to have a condition of the approval that if the design of the building changes from what you've seen tonight, that the applicant provide you a copy of that design prior to the issuance of a building permit. That way you can review it and make a determination as to whether or not it complies prior to the building being built, and then it's, oh, too late, I already got the building. So I would suggest that we make that a condition of the approval, that if the plan changes from what they've submitted tonight, they come back before you prior to the issuance of a building permit.
That work for you, Judy?
Yes.
David? It's fine by me. Board members?
Oh,
Another thing,
That's reasonable.
thank you, Lee J.
I mean,
Oh,
this is phase
Go
one.
ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Judy.
This is phase one, and I'm assuming that phase 2 and 3 and 4 are all gonna be like phase 1, look like it.
I see the missus shaking her head, yes. So I'm pretty sure you make the wife happy, everybody's happy.
I think the only major change that would happen, and it would have to, and maybe it would be a requirement to come back to the board, if say a fast food restaurant wanted to come in and take phase 2. I would think that would be something that Jamie would be happy to see. And of course, the design, they would have to design
Still
their
have
building,
to
That's
would
right.
conform with the
Can't be an
same.
advertisement.
Right,
Yes.
right. So that's the only major kind of change. And of course, then the phase 2 building the footprint would change considerably. But the overall look, I'm sure that these guys would make them.
No
Right, and that's the
problem.
only thing, you
Kind of
know,
style.
we have to protect, we're putting a substantial investment into this, and I mean, you wouldn't want to be in my shoes and have your hands tied to not being able to develop this property if like Steve's pointing out, if someone else comes in that wants to put, or be their own entity of phase 2 per se, we would understand that it has to match what we're putting on phase 1, you know, or something,
Within
you know,
reason.
similar, you know, within reason, but we just don't want to be tied to, we have no other options but to just do this, because it kind of just makes no sense for us to invest in.
Lee J.
Yep, so what I've done, hearing your discussion, very quickly, I came up with a proposed condition that you could add that would say, if the building design changes, the applicant shall submit revised building plans to the planning board prior to the issuance of a building permit for each phase or building.
Yes.
That would be,
That would cover you, that would cover them.
Yeah, that's great.
Might I suggest, though, that in addition to changes in the building, changes to the footprint of the parking area, any other part of the design?
Yes. I hesitated for a second because that would be something that,
That'd be kind of a major thing.
That would, yeah, absolutely.
but we can, changes to the site. Advise.
I'll fair a guess that they're not gonna wanna go through anything like that, because we'd have to go right back to site plan,
Right.
because then we're talking parking lots and grading and everything else, so.
And then you're talking
Right.
road commissioner and all that stuff, aren't you?
Do you really wanna go through this again?
You
We
guys
don't
are
wanna
putting the
do
notes
that.
on.
All right, a little bit of,
And I think you're covered.
Okay.
And it's, yes.
oh, I'm sorry, Ted.
Basically, what we're talking about here is the aesthetics, the actual look of the building. And when we're talking about design standards and everything else, you want something to look very similar to this, no matter who goes in there.
Correct.
So like the McDonald's that they have in South Portland doesn't look like the one in Freeport.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
or vice versa.
Right, and that would be our same
Yeah,
mindset
okay,
as
all
well.
right.
If someone like that were to come in, they would match.
Okay.
And that's what the town wants, and then they'd be all for that.
David?
As part of your design, you've also dealt with the runoff into the creek and how that's going to be controlled. Are we confident that that has passed all the tests of grade and runoff and control that need to be there?
Yes. We met with the road Public Works Director.
Yes, of course, we just came back from the site visit, and we weren't able to do this. But one of the things that they're doing at the Public Works Director's request, as well as planning board members, is they're actually going to, if you look at the plan, actually David, Steve's done a good job here, they're going to extend that riprap, that stone area, to help filter additional water out. Public Works Director is very comfortable with that. There are high nitrate levels in that stream,
Right.
and this is the best way to filter any water getting in there, so this will be cleaner water than what you got in there now.
Is there any issue with the runoff from a parking lot? I mean, I'm just
Well, that's what
oil
what you say.
and other contaminants.
Right, any oils or anything. That's why we have the riprap, is what it does, is it acts as a separator. So as the
So it
water...
captures
Correct.
the contaminants before it gets to the creek.
Correct.
And it actually, it slows down the flow of any, watershed or contaminants, and then that naturally filters through the ground and filters out. clean
Right, and
condensations.
then from the riprap through the course of that wetland, you didn't see it, but that's heavily vegetated. And
Right, I
that-
actually drove by the other day, so.
Yeah, that natural
I'm familiar with it.
vegetation does the best treatment for nitrates and phosphates
Okay.
that might be in the...
Funny you should mention that, Dave, because that's right what I went after. As soon as I went out there, I said, take me to the back.
Great minds.
Okay, Judy?
Where is all the mechanical equipment on this building? Is it in the back?
Again, we reviewed the code or the
Standards.
standards, and we realize that too, that anything that will be mechanical will be on the back side of the building. Any propane tanks will be located at the back of the building,
And
everything.
Buried.
camouflaged?
Yes.
And the cupolas are a nice touch.
All right, anything else, Ted?
Just the letter from Dave Benton, the bottom paragraph to put the reclaim over the crushed gravel around the exterior.
Yep.
To make sure that we touch on that basically again too.
Yep, they've agreed to do that.
Okay. Other than that, I don't have anything.
Steve?
I'm all set.
Judy?
I'm all set.
Lee?
I'm good.
Judy? Hey. All right, so where we stand is we're gonna take a vote of the board. It'll be with the conditional use. We're gonna see some design standards before you get the occupancy permit.
You need a motion for that?
We're gonna need a motion.
So moved.
We have them, excuse me.
Excuse me, I'm sorry,
have
just
to
before
grant
you,
variances?
yes, just before you do that, there are 2 waivers that were requested by the
Waivers, I'm
applicant.
sorry.
That's right.
They recommended
That wasn't the
those
right
waivers be granted, so you want to do
One will
that.
be stormwater management.
Yes.
And
And
what's,
the other issue is, do you want to include the other conditions 1 through 5 that I proposed?
yes.
So you want to make your...
I'm missing out on the other waiver.
You first want to make a motion to grant the waivers as requested.
What's the second waiver?
The second waiver is the need for nitrate study. Nitrate is
Nitrate is
leachate
stormwater.
from the septic system over time.
The plumes.
And the plumes. And the fact is you're not really impacting any other.
No, that, I saw that when we were out there, and the way the septic is pretty much far away from everything. Recommendations from the board. We're looking for a waiver for stormwater
Make a
management.
motion that we waive the stormwater control and the
Nitrate study.
nitrate study.
All right, we have
I'll second that.
a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Which brings us to, we'll take a motion to pass or fail this application with the conditional use of design standards coming before the board before an occupancy or building permit is issued. So I have a motion.
So moved.
What, Judy?
About all these conditions, 1 through 5.
And adding the condition of
Yes.
the...
We'll do 6, actually.
Correct.
So we should amend the motion to specify the inclusion of those 6 conditions?
Yes.
Yes.
Are we good with the clerk of the works, or is that?
Public Works is good.
That is actually something that is in the ordinance. It's a requirement.
It said that you can waive it.
If you chose to do that, yeah.
Well, I don't know, is that something you would like to request?
It says the board can choose, this is again wording directly from the ordinance. The board can choose to waive this condition if the applicant can show extraordinary hardship in being able to provide this. So they would have to provide
Yeah, I
extraordinary
just was
hardship.
questioning it
Yep.
before we go on,
Yep.
to be sure that they're good with
What do you
that.
got?
What exactly does that entail? I'm not, is that
Having
a general
a,
contractor? or
having a
something?
building inspector on site, making sure that the site and the building are being
Yeah.
constructed accordingly, taking notes and whatnot, and would have the ability to report directly to our building inspector, basically the clerk of the works.
Yeah, so one person in charge that Glenn is gonna seek out when he comes in to do an inspection or stops by.
So it sounds like a single point of contact.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yes.
And the generation of a written report from you to Lee.
Actually, to Glenn.
To Glenn.
Yeah.
Yes, but yes, to one of us.
Well-
I'm not the determiner.
Absent a concern of that this is extraordinarily difficult to comply with, I would suggest it be included.
Well, I'm looking at number 4, which we've just discussed under conditional use. The final design.
That's the one that you have.
That's the one, yeah.
That's
And
gonna
we
s-
can substitute that with what is now number 6.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
And no occupancy permit. What's with the performance guarantee?
Article 3.K of the ordinance requires that a performance guarantee be submitted prior to the start of construction for the site work.
Right, which is what we discussed.
So that they're not gonna leave it halfway through
Correct.
and say they ran out of money.
Right.
Is
Which
that in
is-
the form of a bond?
It can be a bond, it can be a letter of credit, it can be a check for cash, you know, if they chose to do that. It can be any form of surety.
Usually letter of credit are probably the most usual ones, aren't they?
Yes, yeah, I mean, basically just asking the bank to submit a letter to the town indicating that they have the ability to complete the project and will do so.
All right. I'm good with that.
That's just pertains to the infrastructure?
Yes.
I'm sure you'll see plenty of Glenn.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not shy. Which leaves us,
So we've okayed the waivers. Now we need to make a motion to accept the conditions.
correct.
Correct.
I believe Ted already made that motion. We were looking for a second when he started listing them off.
All right,
Second.
I don't remember.
second by David. Discussion? No? All in favor?
Got it?
We're good.
Okay. Lee J?
Yes.
Before you leave tonight, can I see that list? Thank you.
Certainly, certainly.
You're
Are
good.
there any additional, is there anything additional that you'd like to see on the plan before I get a Mylar made to sign? Aside from, of extending that riprap
Extend the riprap out.
on the bank?
General question about the design plan in terms of signage. What do you anticipate in terms of signage on?
There is
There's a little box on the front here that shows what they're proposing it.
Okay.
And it says, proposed sign 300 square feet max. You do need to obtain a sign permit from Glenn.
Okay, so, and that's a pre-approval
Correct.
process? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's part of the
Perfect.
building permit process.
Yeah, and what we were talking about, the riprap,
There's-
is down in this corner.
There's a number of standards that are
Looking at
required
this
to
whole-
be met for sign.
No, no, because there's maintenance back here.
Oh, this is quite a banking room.
Yeah.
And this is all riprap, and this is all green space. A little of this is gonna get filled in, but not much of it. Yeah.
You guys all set? Judy?
We didn't talk about buffers. I guess I'd like to know where they're going to be.
And the front, or the sign.
If you look
On both
along
sides of the front
along
entrance.
Main Street, on both sides of the entranceway, I've got buffer plantings on each side.
It's gonna be, this is gonna go up to the property line up front, it's gonna get to about back here, and it's gonna be a buffer. It's been well, there's also a property line, the pole's gotta be moved anyhow,
Okay.
and it was requested by the neighbor, that's where his septic is, just wants to make
Right,
sure the trucks
right.
don't go, so.
So you're going to put greenery then, as you come in the driveway, looking at the side of the building?
There you go.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even see that. Okay, but not anything
And
down.
these are gonna be like 27 feet high, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Look at this guy, he's gonna shake his head to anything, he doesn't care.
Dave can come.
He told me not to agree to anything.
You know what?
Wow.
You know what you could consider is very pretty tree planting, like the Arbor Day Society projects, you know, flowering trees or not just greens. Just a,
Jamie?
and then I'll shut up.
No, I'm gonna play off what you said. Both Judys are great with plantings and vegetations, that when you decide to put your plan
I was
together.
actually just gonna mention that as well. I would talk about some
Catalpas.
different
Yeah.
options.
Oh,
Yes.
good grief.
Again, Dave told me not to agree to anything.
What's that?
My father's gonna kill me, he told me not to agree to anything. I think it would look really nice. I'll win that battle.
We're both gardeners at heart, and so.
Oh, great. We'll be in touch.
Okay.
So ladies, is it okay if I pass on your phone numbers when he contacts me to get a hold of you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Just one last question. What's the sign gonna be like? Is it gonna be self-lit? Or is it gonna have,
We haven't really
okay.
had much time to discuss that.
We do have his sign standards,
Yes,
Right,
I do.
we do.
so I figured
So it
BJ.
doesn't deal with that?
It's right here.
It can
What?
be- I said it doesn't deal with that. But that's okay.
You notice one
You can
section,
do what-
you do notice that the one section of this, of the zoning ordinance that we didn't
We
touch.
didn't touch, I know.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that. I plan on being here at least one more year. Sign ordinances are very touchy
They are.
subjects.
Basic, subtle,
Right.
you know, especially on the main road.
Yeah, I would
think those
anticipate we're
big
looking
yellow
at.
things up at
Yeah.
North Waterboro are
Yeah,
hideous.
No, I would think it would match the aesthetics of the building.
Yeah. Well, I didn't bring it up because I knew that that would come up under code enforcement anyhow.
Yeah, and Glenn is very strict about the signs.
He's
He
strict
makes
about
sure-
everything.
He is strict.
Well.
But he's
he wants to make
consistent,
sure
all the way
it's
across the
not
board.
gonna be, you know, neon and,
Yeah.
yeah.
Here's the best part about Glenn, though. He's strict to everybody. He doesn't care who you are, how much money you got.
Well, can I tell you a
Everybody
little
gets
secret?
treated the same.
I moved from Alfred to get away from Glenn. He's here.
All right, let's move on with the meeting. Hey, we'll order up and move on with the meeting. You're good to go?
Thanks.
Very good, thank you. Thank you.
Jamie, I'll be in touch with the findings of fact and the notice of decisions for you, so you can get it recorded.
Super, thank you. Thank you very much.
We can remove that comment for a fee.
Yeah, we're gonna put it on a loop.
That's what I'm watching.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the acceptance of the minutes of the April 19th meeting.
Make the motion that we accept the minutes of the April 19th meeting as presented.
And I'll second it.
All right, we have a motion and a second.
Judy wasn't,
Judy was
He
the
wasn't
second.
here.
Oh,
she wasn't here.
then you can't, you see, you can't do that, Judy.
Oh, I can't.
You weren't here.
We're gonna
I
need
will
a,
second
I'll
that.
Sorry,
Ted,
I read them.
all right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
No,
You weren't
Judy,
here.
you can't
Judy
vote,
can't.
you weren't.
Judy and David are,
You can't vote.
You can raise your hand, but just.
Just doesn't count.
And thank you for that. I
okay,
just gung ho.
nice catch there. Which brings us to communications. Lee J.
Yes, I do understand that we're not going to workshop tonight. I'm fine with that, but I do want to bring to your attention two pieces of information that I've actually, yes, two pieces of information that I put in front of you. One is that at the last meeting we requested, actually there's three pieces of information. At the last meeting we requested that I communicate with Lake Arrowhead Association about the zone name. I have done so. I sent them an email and copied Gary on that email. They have responded because they were having a business meeting, and they're fine with the name change. Provided that we don't change the uses, we don't change the standards, they are fine with the change of the name to Lake Arrowhead Residential. So I've been in direct communication with them on that.
All right.
We're not workshopping, I'm just communicating.
All right. I just want to throw this out there, just shooting from the hip.
Yep.
I'd like to leave that decision in the hands of the selectmen.
Sure.
They've been involved in this town, you know, guys like Tim, 15 years of selectmen are, gee, how long's Dennis been around? So I would like the
As long
opinion
as
of the
I
board of, hey, Judy. I'd like to give some feedback from the board of selectmen on how they feel about that name change.
Well, the only time at this point, the only time they'll get that feedback is when they review the ordinance prior to adoption. So
All right.
it would be in their hands at that point to make any changes that they
All
want
right,
to make.
but go ahead and
Yeah.
let it leak out,
Yeah,
and get them
just
out
so you-
front.
Just so you're aware of it. The second piece of information is that I put in front of you, I know there was some discussion at the last meeting regarding animals and farm
I saw that.
animals and how to deal with that. I've given you a set of standards that will become a definition of farm animals that is used in another community. It's tried and true, it's been in place for many, many years, and it seems to be an acceptable standard that If you're going to allow farm animals someplace that, what that becomes is a standard that the code enforcement officer would need to adhere to. So,
A horse, 1.5 animal units.
That's a
Yes.
pregnant mare.
well, it's because if you got, I can't remember, if you got 3 acres, then it's 2 horses.
No.
I thought we already had that in the,
Don't,
Residential is more, it's 10 acres per 2 horses.
Residential.
residential.
Yeah. This is more of an operating farm where you're going to
okay.
have
Okay.
many more animals probably on a smaller piece of land. So anyway, take a look at those. You don't have to comment on them tonight.
Okay.
But the third piece of information was a communication that we received from someone that lives down on Lake Ossipee. And although we're not there yet, they want to talk about some sort of, they're requesting, this one person is to consider some sort of map amendment or zone change because of all the small properties that are around the lake and is it FA zone in that area?
No, AR.
Yeah, thank you. Just doesn't work. Everything down there is basically non-conforming. I have an idea for that, but when we get to that point, I'd be happy to discuss it.
I believe we definitely need to do something with that. As Tim will recall, that subject has been coming up for years. Because all we do is conditional uses anyhow,
Right.
and setback,
Yeah.
so.
I have again, one of the tools that I would bring to the table is I have an overlay zone that I have used, and again, it was in place long before I ever used it, but it's an overlay zone that recognizes basically post-World War II camps built on small lots. When people came home, they had their little piece of property on the water, and they wanted a camp. And so it really goes to recognizing that sort of thing. Do I need to make some changes to it to fit Waterboro's needs? Probably, but I think it might be a good starting point, and we can certainly discuss that.
All right, so what we're really talking about is just creating a zone so they no longer have to go, which is now to the zoning board of appeals for,
Correct.
and a variance is the word I'm looking for.
Correct.
Which
Yes.
is, so go ahead and work on that.
Yep, we'll do. That's it. Those are the
Okay.
communications.
Anything under miscellaneous? Well, it's on you, Judy.
I'll make a motion the meeting be adjourned.
We have a motion. Steve seconds it. Discussion. All in favor?
Great.